on a beautiful, quiet Sunday morning here on Union Boulevard and Airport Road, near Airport Road in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And real early, cruising around 5:30, but you know what? It's my favorite time of the day when everything's dead silent and just watching the world wake up. Although it takes a little longer on a Sunday morning. Michael Phoenix here, founder of the magazine. Hey, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on something that I thought, personally, was really cool and I actually had a great time at. Recently, the magazine received a very high compliment and was invited to cover the Portuguese Heritage Day Festival and ceremony and events over in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And number one, to actually receive a message and say, hey, look, we love your magazine. Can you come over and cover this? That's number one, that's a high compliment. But what was really cool about it is it was actually a 2-day event. The first was on Friday evening, where the Heritage Day Festival actually is on Webster Street between 3rd and 4th on the south side of Bethlehem. And I was covering Soccer Fest and figured, okay, a couple blocks away, I'll shoot over there real quick. No big deal. So Friday night, I went over to, got some photo video, did a quick update on the food, and as far as what was going on. And I'll tell you what, the food looked delicious. Now, I've never covered a Portuguese Heritage Day in my life. Never even been to one in 44 years. So after seeing that, Saturday morning things kicked off with the ceremony and Portuguese flag raising over Bethlehem City Hall on the north side, followed by a parade, and then the main festivities really got into gear with, first off, of course, you have to have the food and beverages. And then from what I was told later that day, there would be live music, dancing, and just overall a great time to be had by people. And I could easily believe it, because after we checked the video, the parade was cool. I loved it. And the food was fantastic, honestly. I mean, I was actually Victor who invited me to cover the event. He actually was not very nice enough to purchase for me a chicken sandwich, mini sub, and he's like, yo, you ready for the donut? I figure, okay, regular, standard sized donut. He brings it to me. I'm like, huh? This thing is huge. It was about, as you can tell, it was about the size of a plate. But I loved it. I really loved this event because, number one, I experienced a different culture for a change. And one of the funniest parts about it that I won't forget was, as they were coming down from City Hall down the small hill toward the Fahey New Street Bridge, I spoke with someone on a motorcycle. I said, yeah, I have to get ahead of everybody and, get everybody there. And he kind of, okay, yeah, whatever, had the doubts. Morning. And the next thing I knew, I saw him over on the south side coming up towards New Street, because the parade went from City Hall down across the bridge, hung a right, and basically kind of wound through part of the south side of Bethlehem. Next thing I knew, I saw him. He's like, yeah, you could have walked in the parade. I said, no, I had to get the video. And then I asked him, I said, how did I do as far as getting ahead? And he's just like, you're quick. So, but like I said, this was a really cool free event, and things like this are what the Lehigh Valley is really about. All right, it's not about the buildings, it's not about the concrete and glass, and about these festivals and make the money, sell the alcohol. This was about people in a community coming together to celebrate something very important to them. This was the Portuguese Heritage Day Festival. By the way, congratulations on the fact that you hit 31 years straight of doing this. This was 31st year, and myself and the magazine are very proud and honored to have been able to cover this event. And I mean, like I said, right off, the food. I mean, you got there and it was like, the smells. You looked around, you saw it, and I was informed, I wasn't sure what type of fish it was, but I was informed by Victor that that there were sardines there. And he said, not the kind that you get in a can. These are full-length, fresh caught from the ocean sardines. Unfortunately, didn't have a chance to try them out this year, but that's what next year's for. So I can personally guarantee you, even if you're not Portuguese, even if you just come out to this next year, honestly, make this one of your top events for whatever the date is in June. Make this one of your top events, whether you live in the Lehigh Valley or visiting, because from the time that they have the ceremony and flag raising to the parade to the festival itself. Now I went back over to the south side for a little bit Saturday evening, and I was like, the bus dropped off about a block away, and all of a sudden you get off the bus, I'm like, it's after 10, it can't be. Walked over, yep, it was still going on. Now the food was, one thing Victor told me, he said that they usually sell out of food 8 o'clock at the extreme latest, a lot of the food. And for a festival like this, I can easily believe when I got there, it's like, yeah, maybe see how much one of the sardines is. Well, guess what? They were done. Now, granted, this was after 10 o'clock, but it didn't matter. When I got there, they had a band playing traditional Portuguese music. Oh, and one other thing that was really cool about the parade and the ceremony was you had a couple of local and state folk groups doing traditional Portuguese dances with the music. I thought that was really cool because it allowed myself a chance to experience just a little bit of a different culture for me. Now, when I stopped back, I actually spoke to one of the gentlemen who were there. I said, yeah, I got some video. And he goes, why'd you take video? I said, I have an online magazine, and I covered this earlier this morning. He was like, oh, that's really nice. And then he informed me, he said, I know you don't know this, you probably don't know this much about our culture, but he said, this is the way it is over, in our country. He said, he informed me that people wake up, they go to work, they go to the farms all day, then they get together, they have something very similar to this festival, and they make it a little, and the farmers and everybody make a little money off it. And what I really, thinking about this and doing this article, what I really, really loved about this, and I could tell that it stuck to their traditions for one reason. It was basic, okay? There was nothing fancy about it. It was a very basic. The Portuguese community got together, and also people who weren't Portuguese, and it was just the food, the beverages, and the music. It was nothing, wow, we got to go all flat out. It wasn't about making money like a lot of the festivals here in Lehigh Valley. It wasn't about how much alcohol can we sell and how many people can we get completely hammered, in a certain amount of time. This was a festival that's truly about the community, about people getting together, and about people celebrating life. There were kids there. When I went back, there were kids dancing. You know, and everybody was just like sitting back and enjoying life for a change. And that is what I really loved. And that was something that I was actually able to do for a little bit also. So in 2016, if you're living or visiting Lehigh Valley, look up, you know, on the event, when you're checking out the events, look up the Portuguese Heritage Day Festival on the south side of Bethlehem. And make sure you stop out for a little bit. I can guarantee you, you will have a chance to experience some food you normally wouldn't. It's great for the family. I mean, the prices, this isn't a festival where, okay, let's make as much money as we can in a few hours. The prices, you can take your entire family out to eat there and not break your bank or break your wallet or have to spend 1 to 2 paychecks like a lot of the festivals in the area, honestly. So definitely please place this very high on your list for 2016. Whenever they plan it, and you know, as you're trying to plan out your pretty much warm weather going into summer events. Now, this is also an excellent example, like I said, of what the Lehigh Valley is really about. Allentown has these buildings going up, all this concrete, and hey, look at us, look at these 2 blocks in the city, you know. And if you don't have a high paying job, make sure you bring your paycheck because you're going to need it. No, this is what I keep saying the Lehigh Valley is really about. It's about people getting together. This festival is about people getting together, having a good time, celebrating their culture, and just celebrating life and in general. I can guarantee you 100% that you and your family will have a great time here. Michael Phoenix, thank you very much for your support. It means a hell of a lot to me. I apologize right there, allergies. But above everything else, go out, have a great time, but stay safe about it. If you're in Lehigh Valley, don't be surprised. You might see me around. Later.